Trick or treat. Last week, as you know, was Halloween, and something very weird and very unpleasant happened to me. Yeah, the weather was crummy, which ruined it for the kids, but I'm talking about something much more serious, something soul-destroying. It gets dark early around here, so I had all the candy, the little O. Henry bars, the little packs of Sour Patch Kids, the Swedish berries, all ready to dish out by 6 o'clock. I cracked a cold Lucky Lager, cranked up the spooky music, and turned on the porch light, and awaited the coming of the ghosts, goblins, and ghouls. I shouldn't have cracked that beer. It had been a long day, a very long day, and I fell asleep. I was awakened by somebody ringing my doorbell. I jumped up and, looking at the clock, saw it was already 9 o'clock. Holy crap! Did I just sleep through Halloween? I staggered to the door, expecting to hear something like, "Trick or treat, smell my feet." But instead, I heard a plaintive voice say, "Please, sir, please open the door." I pulled open the door to be confronted by two kids, an older teenage boy and a much younger child who appeared to be a girl. It was hard to tell, as they both had their heads and faces covered by a pair of hoodies. I was also puzzled why they weren't in costume. At least, I didn't think they were in costume, or carrying anything to put candy in. "Trick or treat?" I asked, thrusting a bowl of Smarties towards them. Neither kid reached out to take anything. Instead, the taller one, the boy, put one sneakered foot over the door sill. "Please, sir, may we come in?" he asked in his sad, piteous voice. And I was instantly terrified, although I couldn't have explained why. "I don't think that would be a good idea," I muttered. "Don't you want any candy?" In truth, I was so scared I would have given them the whole bowl to get rid of them. "Please, sir, please let us in," he repeated in his plaintive falsetto. "We're lost, and we need to call our mummy." And as he spoke, he slid the other sneakered foot over the door sill. I was still marveling at a teenager using a term like mummy when the smaller child, the girl, said, "Please, Tim, please let us in. We're cold and we're lost." How did you know my name?" I said in surprise, as the cold fingers of dread played up and down my spine. And then they both raised their heads, pulling back their hoodies to reveal two pairs of deep, black, soulless eyes which seemed to bore into me. You're the black-eyed children," I cried, almost crapping my pants. The black-eyed kids being demonic entities that appear in the form of young lost children with eyes of obsidian blackness. "Oh no, Tim," the boy purred, flashing me a menacing smile. "These are only our Halloween costumes." "Trick or treat," the girl chimed in. And they both stepped over the sill. I reacted instinctively. I threw the bowl of candy in their faces, in their evil, awful, jet-black eyes. The pair reeled against this onslaught of chocolate, candy corn, and Swedish fish, and fell back onto the porch, enabling me to slam the door. They immediately began knocking, pounding on the door, ringing the bell, and crying, "Let us in, Tim. Let us in. You have to let us in." And then, all at once, they stopped until the creepy, the appalling silence was broken by the older boy saying, "You might as well let us in. We've already been inside." I didn't let them in, of course. Instead, I turned out all the lights, put my earbuds in, cranked up the tunes, and hid in the bedroom, waiting and wishing for them to go away. I must have slept at some point. Sanity returned with the dim light of morning, and I experienced a profound sense of relief. They were gone. They were gone. But were they? The floor of the front hallway had been covered with candy. But now there was nothing. Someone, or something, had cleaned up. And on the dining room table, I found a piece of paper, a drawing like a kid would make, of two stick figures with enormous, great black orb eyes, two stick figures standing in a hallway. My hallway? Inside the door? My door? They had managed to get over the sill before I forced them out. Was that enough to get them in? To get them inside? Are they inside now? It's bright daylight outside, but it seems dark in here, darker than usual and colder. And I seem to see things out of the corner of my eyes. If it's them, if they're inside, what can they do to me? What can they do? If anyone out there has had any experience with the black-eyed children, with them inside your house, please leave a note in the comments below on how I can protect myself. Unless it's too late. Too late. It was Halloween night, but I was the one that got tricked. Boo. Help! The moral of the story: on Halloween night, the only thing that's worse than encountering the black-eyed kids is running out of Sour Patch Kids. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring such cryptids as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the black-eyed children. So again, please consider subscribing. Please help me. Please help me to reach my goal of 2,500 subs in 2022. Till midnight. Cheers. Pictures used in today's video, courtesy of Pix Here, that's PX Here, while the music was the Ghost Processional by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod. What better music for Halloween night? Warren here. I'm kind of fighting a cold, so hopefully my narration doesn't sound too bad. And if you tell me it sounds the same as usual, I think I'll go soak my head. Thank you for listening.